All right, so just finished the first training day of this week, and going into it, wasn't feeling the best physically. It was really nice here in Rhode Island this weekend, did some yard work, and that always beats the hell out of me the first couple of times I do it. It's really fatiguing on my lower back. So I was kind of a little tired going into this training session, got this done earlier in the morning, 3 sets of 8 here on squats with 413 pounds. This last set here, it actually moved really fast. It probably moved the best out of the 3 working sets that I did, but I felt really, really fatigued in my lower back, in my glutes, and in my hips in general. And it's a different feeling than not having the strength to do something. It just felt like they were going to give out, which was weird, but really glad to get these done. Definitely some heavy breathing after these sets. From there, moved on to bench again, 3 sets of 8 reps, 220 pounds. Third set here, these flew up. These felt like RPE 0. And again, I'm really happy about how bench is feeling. For these, even though they're sets over 5, this isn't touch and go, and this isn't paused either. It's kind of what I consider in between, which is more of just controlled. So I'm really trying to make sure I don't bounce the barbell off my sternum, but it felt good. And then finally, the last main compound of the day was deadlifts, 2 sets of 6 reps at 430. And these were just like felt like a machine, to be honest. Ivan Drago-ish, if you will. Felt like I could bang these out all day. All top sets from the day were RPE 7 or below, so felt really good. So that brings us to day 2, and to be honest, today wasn't the best day. The weather here was shitty all day, and work had a lot going on, so I really had to rush this session. So I was kind of glad that the numbers didn't look that intimidating, but I think that kind of played a negative role because I was expecting this to be a fairly easy workout, and these squat sets were actually pretty tough. So 4 sets of 3 here at 200 kg, and they didn't move how I wanted to, at least how they felt. I would still rate this definitely at an RPE 6. I felt like I could do this all day. Just definitely a little bit tired from the day in general and yesterday as well, with that volume kind of catching up to me a little bit. Moving on to Spoto Press, 5 sets of 3 here, bumped it up to 120. Definitely RPE 6, 6.5, so felt strong here as well, but glad that these training days are over and looking forward to my rest day tomorrow. Just wrapped up the 3rd training day of the week, and it went okay. Had deadlifts and bench were the main movements for the day. Decided to break out the singlet because it's been a while, and I missed that spandex. Here is my top set of 240 for 4. These felt pretty good. I'd say probably an RPE 6.5 or 7. They felt a little bit heavy, didn't move how I wanted them to, but then again, I think I get a little bit jaded. Anything over 500 pounds probably isn't going to move as fast as I would ever like it to. Then moved on to bench, 6 sets of 3. Again, top set here. These felt really good, all 6 sets, so I'd rate this at an RPE of 6. And this day overall went pretty good. Looking forward to tomorrow and the end of the week. All right, so last day of the training week, and to be honest, squats today were awful. Had basically 4 working sets, a set at 5, a set at 6, and then 2 top sets at an RPE 7. So I thought it would be kind of an easier day. For my top sets, I went with 225 kilos, or about 495 pounds or so. And the first of these top sets went okay. You're watching the second set here, and these felt terrible. I thought that maybe I just wasn't warmed up on the first one. That's why it moved a little bit slow, but this one I'd probably rate at an RPE 8, so definitely overshot it today, and it was very discouraging because I had such a good week. I'm trying to tell myself that it's more because I squatted 3 times this week, and it's just been a very stressful week when it comes to work, but regardless of the fact, it was just disappointing overall. Moving on to bench, had a bunch of sets at 3, with the top one being what was supposed to be an RPE 8, so I went with 130 kilos, about 287 pounds, and these felt pretty good. I'd actually rate these under what they were supposed to be, so probably around a 7.5, and then all the back off sets flew at like an RPE 6, so at least this saved the day for a little bit for me, but I'm really looking forward to taking the weekend and resting.